Hey, this is Garrett McAllister from Clean Direct, the home of SkyVac here in North America. And today we're going to be doing a demonstration and walkthrough of the SkyVac 27. Now, we have 4 systems in our high dusting range, and this is the smallest of them. It is called the SkyVac 27. As you can see, I have it propped up on a table here because it actually sits fairly low, about to my knees, and I'm 6 feet tall. So what we have is a polyethylene tank, a 1-motor vacuum head with a 110, 120 volt, 15 amp power supply. So this can plug into just about any North American standard outlet that you'd find in a home or a commercial property. So it's very accessible power-wise. On top here on the vac head, you see there is a hook where you can rest the power cable, and we have a center mount drum port, and we have 2 snaps here that can quickly release the vac head, and we can pull this off of the chassis. I'll show you that in a second. So the SkyVac 27 sits kind of low, which is really nice because if it sits too high, it's more apt to tilt over when you're using it, because operators tend to pull on the hose as they're moving it around the facility. So this does sit low, and it has a 2 type caster wheels and 2 straight polyethylene style wheels on the base. And so it is very maneuverable and it works great. I think for the size of the system, I think this is more than enough. And then also you'll see over here in the back that this system you can put a floor kit, a wet dry floor kit can fit back here on the base, the parts. So the system itself is designed with a center mount port. That way it can handle dust bags. So when you run this machine, you do want to have dust bags inside of it. And as you can see here, so pop this off, that underneath is a cartridge style filter. And this is very easily cleaned. You just simply twist that knob and this filter will pull right off. And you can clean this with an air hose. You can clean, it's wet dry, so you can clean it with a light bristle toothbrush or something if you want to get all the folds nice and clean. But the dust bags themselves are going to capture the majority of the dust. Anything that might escape could come into this, and this will keep it from escaping into the environment. So I'm going to pop this back on, and I'll show you inside the drum. That's how you put it back on, very easy. We'll set this down to the ground. And then you can see here inside the drum, it does come with a few starter bags, and they attach onto this inside drum port, and that is how the dust bags work. Very simple design on the inside, very easy to use, and this particular system is very compact. So if you're looking for something, you don't have a whole lot of room in your van, you don't have a whole lot of room in your facility, maybe you just want to pop this into a small closet, or to keep it out of the way, or you need to, maybe you're working in a tight space or something like that, this will allow you to take advantage of the small drum size for space purposes. Now, this particular system is designed to clean up to about 20 feet. You could go a little higher. Of course, the higher you go, the less suction you're going to get. So it depends on what kind of debris that you're cleaning, and how heavy it is, or what type of debris that you're cleaning. But I think this is an all-purpose, easily mobile, small system for someone who might be cleaning a small restaurant or retail space. If you're cleaning your home, maybe the larger homes that have vaulted ceilings, I think it's a great purpose. And really, it's commercial style, so you can get it to 20 feet and clean in this, tall stairwells or any type of facility that doesn't need super heavy cleaning like an industrial environment. I think this is great for a small commercial and residential application, and this is a very popular system. So let's go ahead and talk about the pole system that it comes with. So the telescopic pole is a one of a kind. It's the very first of its kind. It's a carbon fiber telescopic pole, and what it does is it allows you to scope the sections up to your desired height. And that is great because by doing that, you can adjust it to the exact height that you're cleaning. Operators are come in all different shapes and sizes, and so you want it to be as comfortable to them as possible, especially if you're cleaning up and down in a varied height throughout the facility or throughout the building or the home. This will allow you to scope up and down to your desired height as you go along. Our alternative is to use our elevate poles, and that is a different pole system that is in 5-foot sections and clamped and can fit together. Those are an option if you want them, but I think most people choose this option because it fits really well with the size of the SkyVac 27. And on top here you see I have a carbon fiber tool holder. We're going to talk about those accessories and tool holders here in a minute. But this is the very first ever telescopic carbon fiber vacuum pole in the world, and this is paired with the SkyVac 27 in the kit. So today we're talking about the SkyVac 27, and I'd like to review the standard toolkit that comes with it. So come on closer and we'll take a look. So if you see here on the board, we've got 2 carbon fiber tool holders. These come in the kit, and one is designed for walls and columns, and the other one is designed for ledges and maybe on the top of hanging lights or any type of situation where you need to come up and then down to get to the cleaning. We have multiple brushes that are available that comes with the kit, and then we have some other brushes that are available outside the standard kit. We'll talk about those in a moment. But for now, we have a crevice tool with a crevice tool brush that comes with the kit. We have a standard kind of round cleaning brush. This is probably by far the most popular brush. We have a Sidewinder 8-inch, which moves side to side, which is designed for flat surfaces. That comes with the kit. We have what we call a kind of a finger brush. It's just a standard white bristle, kind of poly style, rubbery poly style brush for cleaning. And then we also have one that's also similar to that with the black bristles, and this one actually rotates so you can get into certain corners and ledges and edges. And then it also comes with this 4-inch pipe brush, so this will come with the kit. Now, as we come down here, you'll see a couple other brushes that are very popular but sold additionally. So we have a larger style pipe brush, and then we have a larger style flexi neck brush. So this would be 12 inches, I believe, and this is the 8-inch that comes with it, and this is an additional brush. We do recommend having a couple of these brushes if they do pay for themselves in time. Like if you can double your brush stroke on a 30,000 square foot facility, by golly, that's going to change the game because you're going to be able to do a whole lot more, a whole lot faster. So the little bit of upfront cost for a brush is going to save you a lot of time and labor. So we encourage people to think about that. It's not just the system cost, but it's how fast you can actually get and how effective you can actually get the job done. So as you're making that investment, there's a few other tools that you might want to consider. So one is a carbon fiber tool holder at a 90-degree angle. Now, how is this effective? So what we might do is we might need to be able to clean across and from a scaffold or from the top of a building or from a ladder or something like that. Now, we try to encourage our customers to stay off of these types of ladders because they're dangerous, but sometimes you just have to. So this would allow you to clean across and maybe a little bit downward. And then also if you were cleaning underneath rack systems, you could come down and clean underneath some type of rack system. Or a lot of times in factories, you need to be able to access all the dust and stuff that's landed on top of heavy equipment. So this would be a great way to do that as well. And that's the 90-degree carbon fiber tool holder. So here we have a trio of ducting brushes. And the neat thing about these are fairly new to our line, but the nice thing about these is they do pivot. So we really like that. They're not terribly expensive. I know a lot of folks will buy all 3 depending on what size of duct work or piping that they want to clean. But these do pivot, and this is a nice addition to your kit if needed. So I also wanted to point out some additional tools that are available. We have some different sized brushes. Now, all of these tools and brushes are available in our combustible dust line. So some dusts are combustible. Now, the SkyVac 27 is not designed for combustible dust, not officially. However, if you do need something that's anti-static or conductive, or if you just like these kind of compression style fitting brushes, this is a really nice one to have. These are a little bit more expensive than your standard brushes, but in some circumstances they can pay back in labor costs and savings. Today we're talking about the SkyVac Internal 27, and I'd like to go through some of the specifications and some of the details surrounding this product and this kit, and just try to answer any questions up front that you might have. So for starters, the SkyVac 27 is typically sold with a 20-foot telescopic pole. That, to me, and from what I've seen, tends to be the ultimate kind of cleaning height for the product. However, we do also offer it with a 30-foot telescopic pole. That's approximately 30 foot of reach. And the reason for that is because I think in some instances it could reach that high and do effective cleaning. It's just not going to be as effective as that lower height, because the further you go up, the less suction you're going to have. And the SkyVac 27 is our smallest of systems for high dusting. So we want to make sure that you get kind of what you're paying for. We want to make sure that's effective in the cleaning that you do. So I would say if you have a facility that you're cleaning upwards of 20 feet, you're in good shape. Mainly commercial, not necessarily, maybe a little bit industrial, but mainly commercial type cleaning. If you're going to go up to 30 feet, yes, it could work, but you may want to start considering at those higher heights and heavier debris, you might want to consider moving up to maybe the SkyVac 78 or one of our other larger systems. So the 27 is lightweight and compact, and it's quite powerful for its size. It does move the dust and debris from a wide range of internal environments and keeps the operator safely on the ground with just one operator. It does have a 110, 120 volts plug system running at 15 amps, and it comes with the telescopic cleaning pole. It comes with the hose, the carry bag for the pole, and also an assortment of carbon fiber tool holders and brushes to fit on there. There are more available. You can purchase those in addition to what comes standard with the kit. Working at height is dangerous, so it's vital for businesses like yours to abide by health and safety working practices and to keep those people out of harm. For us here at SkyVac, we promote safety first and foremost, and certainly there's a lot of instances where working from the ground will also be more efficient because we're not having to pull in big heavy lifts or scaffolding and that type of thing. So just being able to mobily move around the facility that you're cleaning and do that in a very easy way, quickly unpack and put up the machine after its use, and being able to clean safely from the ground is a great combination. The motor has 1,500 watts and an airflow movement of approximately 134 CFM, which is 3,800 liters per minute. And it's ideal for areas like restaurants and retail and universities and hospitals and libraries, estate homes, places like that. It's lightweight. It has a 7-gallon capacity, which is 27 liters. And it is a commercial build. It's built mainly from a hardened polyethylene material and does come on rollers so you can easily move it around. The telescopic pole is a carbon fiber pole, and it has a collapsed height of just around 5.5 feet, and it's super light and easy to use. Being able to scope it up to your desired height is a great benefit, and if you've ever cleaned for hours at a time, you'll quickly discover that that really makes a difference to the operator. So the SkyVac 27 includes the following. So it has your SkyVac 27 commercial vacuum system, so that will have your vac head and your drum that's sitting on a caster set. It has approximately 20 feet of flexible hose, and it will come with the 65-degree carbon fiber tool holder, the 155-degree carbon fiber tool holder. Those are the carbon fiber tool holders that fit into the top pole and give you the cleaning angle that you're going to be cleaning at. It comes with a small half-round vac brush. It comes with a sidewinder brush that we talked about when we were covering the accessories, and then a couple straight brushes, one non-adjustable finger brush, and then one that pivots which allows you to clean into some tight spaces. And then it does have a kind of reducer tool and a reducer tool brush that fits on the end for like real tight, narrow spaces. It'll come with 5 dust bags as your starter, and then a carry bag for your pole and for your brushes. So let's cover some of the specifications. The motor watts are 1300 watts. The airflow movement is 134 CFM or 3,800 liters per minute. The container capacity is 7 gallons, the weight is 17 pounds, and the decibel level is 60 dB. The electrical connection, which we've talked about before, is a 110, 120 volt running at 15 amps, and the power cable length is approximately 25 feet. The dimensions for the system is 14.5 inches by 15 inches by 26 inches. And for the telescopic pole, the material is carbon fiber. The reach is a 20-foot or a 30-foot option. The weight is approximately 12 ounces, and the length as collapsed is approximately 5.5 feet, and the diameter for the pole is 1.75 inches or 44 millimeters. So let's cover some frequently asked questions we get about SkyVac in general and also the SkyVac 27. So the first question we get a lot of is just how do we contact you? So we have multiple ways to reach out to our organization. You can click on the Contact Us button at the top of any of our websites. So we run Clean Direct, SkyVac USA, SkyVac Canada, so forth and so on. We have a phone number you can reach us at, 844-759-8227. And we're located at 1000 North Horner Boulevard in Sanford, North Carolina. That's outside the Raleigh-Durham area. And if you're wanting to come visit us, we have probably the largest showroom in the country for the type of stuff that we do. And we're more than welcome to book some time with you to come explore all the different products that we have in the specialty cleaning space, including SkyVac and other products. Very unique stuff. And I'm sure that if you come visit us, you'll get just a load of information to help you in your specialty cleaning business. We have a demonstration area here too, so if you want to come and demonstrate something, you can as well. You may want to consider one of our SkyVac training days. Now, these are typically designed for professional cleaners. Occasionally, we do have facility owners or managers from all walks of life, small, medium, and large businesses come to visit us. And that's perfectly fine too, and we're happy to set up a one-on-one meeting for something very specific like a high dusting kit. But if you'd like to come join us for one of our monthly SkyVac training days, we typically hold those on Fridays, and we charge $50 for that. We just want your commitment. If you come and you buy something, we give you that $50 back. We just want to make sure that you're serious about learning, and that's why we do it. So SkyVac started in the United Kingdom, and we have been the master distributor for SkyVac here in North America now, going on 9 years. We brought the products here to North America, and we have a lot of experience in handling all types of questions and scenarios, so please feel free to ask. You can also email us at admin@clean.direct, but the best way to do it is to click on that Contact Us button, and that'll come straight into our system. So why would you use the SkyVac? Well, the obvious reason is safety. The operator being able to stay on the ground is extremely important and saves for a lot of bad situations that could potentially happen with the slip of a ladder or the slip off of a scaffolding or something breaking. So that's the main thing. But also there's quite a number of efficiencies that are gained from using a SkyVac. I've had over the years multiple people tell us that they did a job and they did it very, very quickly because they were just able to move the poles or maneuver around obstacles within the building and save a whole lot of time. So safety and efficiency and operator ease are some of the great things about using SkyVac. And when it comes to high dusting, the fact that you can vacuum this stuff up rather than it falling down to the ground or on top of other equipment or products in your retail store or, in the pews of the church, whatever, in your movie theater, wherever, that saves you from having to do replicated cleaning within the facility. So if you were to blow it down or brush it down, it's going to fall down and cause a real big mess. So definitely vacuuming is very important. So you may want to know what the cost is for the SkyVac 27. The starting cost is right around $1,400. You've got some shipping costs and maybe some additional costs for extra tooling or dust bags or whatever else that you might want. So typically you're going to budget around $1,800 to $2,000 for this type of purchase. And then if you wanted to scale upwards and go to like the SkyVac 30 or the SkyVac 78 or maybe even the SkyVac 150 in some situations, the cost can vary, but typically you're going to range somewhere between $2,000 and $6,000 or $5,500 for this type of system, this setup. So these types of prices are pretty common in the industry. When you compare the use of the product to the amount of labor involved, labor costs can be very high if you're doing cleaning in more traditional ways. So you can really save money by making a little bit more purchase up front for the equipment versus renting equipment or trying to do this in a more clunky, slower way with traditional just rag or like just a vacuum. It's very, very time consuming, and SkyVac makes this a whole lot easier. So the cost is justified, and you will typically see the savings back in the efficiencies that you save from using this type of equipment. So you like the idea, but you haven't decided on or figured out what size system you need for your facility. What we typically look to see what type of facility it is, what type of dust that you're mainly vacuuming, and then how high the ceilings are, and then also is it going to be combustible or non-combustible dust. So there's lots of different things that we look at to start zeroing you in on the appropriate equipment that you have for your needs. If you'd like to start by comparing them side by side, you can click on a comparison link on any of our websites. Usually on the front page it'll say something like compare side by side, and that'll give you a side by side comparison of each system and all the specifications. We can certainly send you the link, so if you want to contact us, we can send you that information as well. So you've decided to purchase a system. Fantastic. How long does it take to receive it? Well, assuming that we have it in stock, which we typically do, lead times might vary depending on the time of year that it is. But I would say safely within 2 to 3 weeks delivery to your location, and in some cases even faster than that. We ship all over the United States and Canada, and we ship from our Sanford, North Carolina facility here. And we also carry all of the parts that you need. So if something breaks, we can quickly replace that to you. And typically we expedite or jump those types of orders in queue. So let's say you accidentally drop the system and you break something, we could get a part shipped to you right away. We know that you're trying to get a job done. So we typically do handle those with expedited means. So you've decided to purchase, but you're interested in some type of financing. So do we offer financing? Yes. We offer multiple types of financing for customers. On our website, if you click on the link Apply for Financing, then you can go in and see we have multiple partners. We have 2 partners today in the traditional equipment leasing space, so time payment and click lease. And then we also offer installment payments. So let's say you don't want a traditional lease, you just want to break your purchase into some payments. Then you can go there and you can do that through PayPal or through Shop Pay. You may be curious to know what the warranty is. So the warranty is 1-year warranty from any type of manufacturing defects from the time you receive the system. If you do purchase something and you break something, then we can ship you the parts to replace it. In some instances, if you want to send it back to us, we can do that replacement or part repair or whatever for you. But in most instances, we can typically ship you a part and get the problem taken care of right away. So can I use a drop or extension cord? Yes, but per our recommendation. What we don't want to do is extend out an extension cord so long that you deprive the motors of the electricity that they need. And the further you stretch electricity, the more it degrades. So we would support you up to 100 feet of extension cord. We typically will ask you to have a minimum of 10 gauge extension cord, and you can run that up to 100 feet, and we'll support you under warranty. If you go past that, it voids the warranty. And also, you can power this by a generator. So if you don't have ready electricity in a wall outlet, even though this just uses a standard wall outlet, you could potentially power this with a generator. Should not be an issue. Of course, generators typically need to sit outside, so you could run an extension cord to your generator. Also, the carbon fiber poles, they do conduct electricity. So we want you to be real careful using them around any type of power lines or power source. And we just don't want you to be shocked. It can come down the pole and shock you. So if you're in those types of instances, we actually sell a special pole set that is non-conductive. They're called the trackside poles, and we'd be happy to discuss those in detail with you if you're going to be working around a little bit more electrically dangerous area. So be careful there. Now, we realize that there are multiple types of customers that may use this type of system. The first type of customer could be someone who owns or manages a facility, and we'd be happy to serve you directly. You can hire your own internal staff to take care of the cleaning. Maybe you have a outsourced janitorial staff or someone who does that type of cleaning for you, and you just want to buy the equipment and have them use it. I think that's a great idea and very smart. You eventually will save a lot of money and time that way. Our second type of customer is someone who wants to get into this business and offer those services to people who need them. They don't necessarily want to buy the equipment and manage it themselves. They want to hire someone to do the work. And we find this a lot in scenarios where the company produces dust as a part of their manufacturing process, or in instances where they have a warehouse or storage facility with lots of warehouse dust accumulating over time. No matter what the reason or source, we do help several companies, and in the past have helped several companies get into this business to offer this as a service. If you're interested in that, I suggest you come join our training day, because we'd be happy to talk to you about that and other special cleaning type services for you to offer. So we've covered a lot of questions that people typically ask, but I'm sure there's more. So please feel free to reach out to us. I want to thank you for your time and interest in our SkyVac products. And if you want to have someone reach out to you and give you a quote or assist you through the process, please call or click the Contact Us button, and we'll be happy to respond as quickly as possible to help you through your journey. Thanks again.